couple years ago, we went on a date. I ended up ghosting him, which I know I shouldn't have done.
Tell me what happened.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talking to you guys about Ready to Love, dealing with Rashid and Adrianna, and talking about when are you ready to love. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returning, well, you got the minerals, you got the minerals. Yeah. I got the minerals. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Listen, All right, let's get into it. So, this is what we call the section of let's look a bit closer. And we're gonna deal with Rashid and Adrianna because I think there's some really cool things that were happening here, and some really things that we can take away from this particular dating scene. So, I want to say first and foremost, time and season happen to us all, okay? Time and season happen to us all. There's a right time. The Bible says there's a time to mourn, there's a time to celebrate. Everything has a time underneath the sun, okay? But yeah, Rashid and Adrianna obviously knew each other before this particular process.
Man, that's like being like Kevin Hart.
I see Rashid. A couple years ago, we went on a date. He was fresh out of his marriage, and
a bit like Devon and what's his name, the barber guy, yeah. So there's some people from last season. Some people know each other previously before they enter this competition. Now that obviously sets a certain precedence because these two actually met when they were supposedly meant to date. And Adrianna obviously ghosted Rashid in the past. Let me be very frank with you. If you ghost me, it's over. More than likely, unless the Lord himself told me you're my gal, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Because for me, it's like if you ghosted me then, what has changed from then to now? Like if you told me, listen, at the time, oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't ready to do this at the moment. At that time, then it's different. You ghosting me shows me that you don't have enough respect to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we guys know why they ghost certain gal. You don't ghost the gal that you find as the baddest. You understand? You listen, some guys do cheat on her, but they have no respect for her. Precisely my point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't have respect for the person. When you have respect for that person, you have appreciation for that person, you let them know. Now, some people are going to be triggered and be like, yeah, but I wasn't in the best place when I ghosted that person. It doesn't matter. You ghosted the person. You understand? Yeah? You can't ghost from work. Don't you dare ghost from me. When I say that, it means let me know. Because the next time you see me, I'm not being about it. I remember someone actually did this to me. It happened to me recently. Actually, it happened to me some years ago. A girl ghosted me in the past, didn't it? We were talking. She ghosted me. Came back in like a year or two later, and like we're gonna be pally. Girl, I don't answer your calls, I don't answer your texts, I don't answer nothing. Do you know why? Because if you didn't have the decency then to let me know, you're not gonna listen. I don't want to see you now. You understand? We can be cool. I don't need to be around you. You know what I mean? So obviously, she said she ghosted him because she wasn't ready. Right.
Out of his marriage, and I was fresh out of a relationship. I ended up ghosting him, which I know I shouldn't have done, but I did.
What?
Hey!
Right? Let me be very frank with you. And number one, I want to appreciate the fact that in any relationship, guys, I've always told you guys, emotionally, you must heal. Emotionally, you must take time to heal. If you've ever had a ligament injury, a ligament injury is quite different from a broken leg. Ligament injury happens, and it's like at points in time, it feels like the strength of the muscle has come back, and then you do some rigorous exercise, and you realize the muscle's not there yet, right? So sometimes it feels like it's healed. You get into action, and you realize it's not ready. Right? And so the emotional healing has to take place. It's very important and quintessential when you break up with somebody, when you leave somebody, when you exit a relationship, that you're able to heal and take time because you've invested energy, time, your love, your mind, your soul, your heart, everything, your body into that person. And so when you break away from them, it's a heavy duty and a heavy toll on you personally. And so you need time to recuperate and recover, get the essential nutrients back into that body, that mind, and that soul to be able to go into the next relationship fully ready and equipped and prepared and not half-hearted because now you're feeling like you're still wounded from the last relationship.
I was nowhere near ready. I just kind of like recently divorced at this.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like, he not ready. And I literally, I had been out of my relationship for maybe like a month, maybe.
right? So I really appreciate the fact that these two didn't, from their particular breakups, her from her partner and him from his divorce, that they didn't get into a relationship, because it would have probably been messy, right? So I appreciate that. I always respect that, and I think anybody who's dating, please take time. Don't rush. Don't rush. Oh God, I don't know. The interaction between Adrianna and Rashid is very interesting. So we get to see, obviously, a camera shot where Adrianna is kind of looking at Rashid. I think he's a little bit older than her, innit? He's like 40-something. He's 42. She's 31. Now, I think Adriana's got a thing for older men because, remember, she's competitive. She's driven. She wants to succeed. But she says something which is really interesting in the conversation between herself and Rashid, that she wants to be able to.
And I just feel like in the man that I see myself with, like, I want to learn and grow from you when we grinding together, you know?
Learn from the person, right? She wants to be able to learn and develop with you. And the thing about women is, in society, is that oftentimes they are accredited with being a bit more mature and ahead of the age of similar men in that same rank. So the natural inclination is to date someone slightly older than you so they can give you what you need, right? And so in the case of Adrianna here, especially if she was talking to Raymond, I mean, boy, man had 5 kids and she was still kind of open to the idea. That's a big boy thing. But in the case of Adrianna and Rashid, I think she sees an older man who she can learn and develop from, right? Now, obviously, he's also in a better place financially because he's got this business that he's running. So he's obviously doing much better, right? But she wants to learn and develop. Now, will she get that indefinitely from Rashid? I don't know. I don't know how deep and depthful his knowledge goes to. And deep it, she's saying the exact same things that Alexis said last season. She's looking for a man that is going to be able to teach her, be a leader, blah, blah. And that was Kerry, right? Who was just a little bit too old because London was in the game, right? So there are women that are looking for, I don't want to say dads, but I want to say they're looking for the wise, the wisdom. You know, they're looking to be taught. They're looking to be crafted and to be molded in a sense, right? But with the right person, where they're learning, and that shows me that that person values knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. They have a yearning for it, all right? And so with Rashid, I can see that potentially this could go somewhere because he's 11 years older. Hopefully, he's in a better place emotionally as well since the divorce. Like he said, he's got his kid settled.
What?
Hey, how are you?
No way.
How
So
are you doing?
beautiful. Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
I see you.
Open kind of guy when it comes to how he displays, you know, what he's feeling at that moment. You know, he's excitable, right? And so when you see him and Adrianna comes tapping from behind, and he's already doing a spin, 360 clockwise, and then when he sees Adrianna, he does a 360 anti-clockwise. Like when he's excited, he's spinning. You know what I mean? But when he spins, when he sees her, it's almost like, again, the pedestal. And I feel like this is the trouble. This is probably going to be the trouble with Rashid and Adrianna. The worship that he's going to adorn this woman with may be problematic because she's not a bad girl. She's not a bad girl, okay? I don't think she's aggressive or anything like that. I don't think she's necessarily arrogant or anything like that. What I would say is that obviously because of her competitive streak, I would call it almost alpha male-ish, female alpha male-ish, right? The competitiveness of her. I would say more sigma, but anyway, the more competitive nature of herself, right? She's able to, she'll want a man that necessarily doesn't put her on a pedestal because remember, she wants to learn and develop. So the way that Rashid is so excited when he sees her, and I'm coupling that with the fact that later on he says, oh man, I'm in love. And it's like, yo, brother, you're falling too quickly. There's always that one person that will always have your heart. Got nothing to do with what I'm saying, but I just want to sing it. Anyway, so, you know, the fact that he said, oh, I will, you know, basically I will love you. Man's in love already. I think that's too much power too quickly, bro. I think you need to slow it down a little bit. This is probably why she ghosted in the first place. Slow it down a little bit. Even though he admits that he wasn't ready himself, I still think slow it down a little bit because you're going a bit too fast, bro. You know what I mean?
How are you? Good to see you. I see you.
But hopefully now I can redeem myself and everything can be okay.
what I love about Adrianna, yeah, is that she is a skillful operator. This is how she's a very good realtor. I already know. Do you know why? Because the way she operates with Mandem in this thing. When she approached him, I said, she laughed a little bit. She said, "Oh my God, look at you," blah blah blah. Dropped a little compliment. He's like, "Obviously, no, look at you," da 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 da. And she's like, "Oh, sorry, I know you're not." Like, basically, she acknowledged that he was in a conversation. Didn't try to take him away from the conversation. Acknowledged that it was a conversation. Said, "Listen, come find me later." Now that's boss. Cause "come find me later" means basically, all right, cool. I've showed you a little bit. But I'm also gonna put the ball in your court.
I just want to say, hey, talk to me.
I will.
Okay.
I'll come talk to you.
Where are you from?
You understand? If you come, you come. If you don't, you come. You understand? But at the end of the day, I've given you a bit of a bone. Chase it. You feel me? And for most men, that's exciting. Because she opened up the field and said, "Listen, all right, cool. I see you. Da 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 da. Okay, do you know what? Come find me. I don't even do that too long. Let's do a 1-to-1. But right now, I see you're busy. Come find me." Yeah, and so now the bone is in his hands, right? Once he finishes that conversation, he goes to find her. He actually interrupts Raymond to have this conversation. Yeah, and so what you see between them two is, you know, they both admit that they weren't ready for this relationship. They both said they were coming out of the relationship, etc., etc. He said he got his son situated now, so he's ready to go into a relationship. You know. What was interesting is that Adrianna's body language is really powerful. And I mean powerful. And I want to discuss this in her section as well.
Do you want kids?
Yes, I want kids.
Really?
In a perfect world, I want 3 boys, is what I said.
3 boys?
3 boys.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
That's like all guards.
She faces you and then eyes you. Listen, when you're buff, simple little things make a difference. This girl will face you, give you good body language, open, and then she'll look at you, intensity in her eyes, and her ears are pinned open too. She's listening, right? And then she gives you the laugh. I'm telling you, as a brother, listen, you're going to feel excited listening, talking to her, because she gives you attention. She's showing you that her attention is right here, right now, right here, right now. You know, and she's not focused anywhere else. She did the exact same thing with Raymond. As the person's talking, she just trained on them. I hear you. Yeah. Those little things there, big. Yeah. I don't want to talk too much because I'm going to leave it for her section. But then she's obviously said she wants 3 boys as well. She wants children. Da 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 da. I think it sounded similar to Alexis as well. That's only 3 boys as well. But then man said at the end of it, oh, man's in love. And it's like, yo, brother, see, when you said that, I'm not that you're weak, but you weakened it. Because already, remember, your disposition has started with you spinning around, getting excited, and you got ghosted previously. So you're not in the powerful court right now.
The 2 guard and the small forward. I love you. I swear to God, I'm in love. What?
No. You know, I'm not saying you have to play it cool and be like, yo, man, don't want you. No. But it's your disposition. The excitement is good, but too much excitement shows that you see, the reason why alpha males win is because they don't show too much excitement. They show like, okay, listen, you're a good looking girl. Yeah, I see you. All right, cool. It is what it is. Because when you're excited, it shows that you don't often get people like that. When you're excited about a person, it means that you don't often come across good caliber people. That's what the person's interpreting. So when men are nervous talking to a girl, it's not just because that's unattractive. It's because what the woman is interpreting your behavior as, he doesn't get many gal. And what women are, they want social proof, yeah, that you are a man that's sought after, that you are a good type of character, a good type of man to be with. So when you come with when you come like that, what it shows is that you don't practice this, you're not confident, you don't speak to girls often, and you're magnetized by my own beauty, which means you're coming to worship me. And as much as some girls like that, there's a type of worship that she wants, and you're not it. You're not the worshiper that she wants. No, she has a caliber of worshiper that she wants. You understand? So it's important to understand that, you know what I mean? So the man said I'm in love. I was like, I don't know, but we'll see. Guys, that's my viewpoint. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel about the situation? Let us know down below in the comment section. We appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. More love. And yeah, man, we'll see you in the next reviews. I got a few more coming out. So guys, pay attention. Watch out for those reviews. More love.